And immediately I knew that there was nothing else there, and that the boys were there, and it's just a sick feeling in the pit of your stomach that, oh my goodness.
What started out as a typical morning for Kevin and Tiffany Burgess turned into a nightmare.
It's a terror that I would wish on nobody, that you're struck with this sickening feeling that, is he gonna live?
Kevin accidentally ran over his two sons, Tanner and Thomas, who were playing in the driveway.
Well, my truck sits up so high I could not see the two boys right in front of my truck. So I put the truck in drive and pulled forward not more than 3 or 4 feet and felt my tire run over something.
I remember I had something in my hands, just kind of throwing it, and I think I screamed, but I'm not sure. My thoughts immediately went, I need to get Tanner out so we can get this truck off of Thomas. So I asked Tanner, I said, can you climb out? Can you climb out? I need you to climb out.
Tanner was able to get up on his own. Thomas, however, was trapped underneath the truck's tire.
I pulled on Thomas and got him out from under the truck, and the panic of the moment, and you loaded him into her minivan, and we took off to the hospital.
Tanner escaped with just a few scratches. Thomas's injuries were much more serious.
It's just a lot of blood, and he was crying, and they started cutting off his clothes and stuff so they could really evaluate him and get see what kind of injuries that he had.
Doctors soon realized they couldn't treat Thomas.
And she said, right now, the damage is more than we can handle here, and we need to send you to Scottish Rite in Atlanta, where they're specialized in children, so that they can really treat him and really give him the care that he needs.
You start going, whoa, this is pretty serious.
To their dismay, the incoming doctors were also skeptical.
He broke his pelvis in 4 different places, and that's an injury that you don't usually see in children and have them survive.
Doctors said Thomas would spend a minimum of 3 weeks in the hospital and possibly undergo surgery. He would also need to wear a cast from the waist down for about 6 to 8 weeks. Overwhelmed by the news, the Burgesses were desperate for a miracle.
That night, I said, God, I need you to be here. I need my son to be healed. I don't know that I can handle him being physically disabled for the rest of his life. I can't handle standing there and watching him in pain, knowing that it was a result of something I did.
He was so broken that this had happened. And I couldn't wait to tell him, say, look, I don't blame you. You know, I saw this. There was nothing you could have done, and I still love you, and I'm still beside you, and we're going to get through this.
The severity of Thomas's condition was more than they could handle. Hanging on to her faith, Tiffany desperately cried out to God.
Lord, I don't know how to pray. You know, I don't know what to pray. I just, please heal him. Please heal my son. Please heal my husband, because he needed healing also. And please help me to get through this, because I don't know how.
We just paused our service and just had our entire sanctuary become just a prayer room.
It was just a tremendous outpouring that just goes beyond words and comprehension.
God honored those prayers, and miraculously, Thomas recovered more quickly than the doctors expected. He went home after only being in the hospital for 1 week, 2 weeks earlier than the original prognosis, and he only had to wear the cast for 5 weeks.
Well, I would say we see miracles every day in the way that our patients can heal from different injuries, and this would certainly qualify. To have a 2-year-old that's run over by a 4-ton truck up walking around as if nothing had ever happened, I'd call that a miracle.
God can heal anything that you need.
He went above and beyond, more than I could have ever asked or hoped. He healed Thomas. Today, I don't have to worry
Thomas believes that God has a plan for him.
To tell a lot of people about him that don't know about him, and go to all the world to preach the gospel.